A pedestrian died last night after a single vehicle crashed in the 700 block of MacArthur Drive, according to the Alexandria Police Department. The crash killed 66-year-old Anthony Butler of Alexandria. The initial investigation revealed that Butler was crossing the southbound lane on MacArthur Drive at the Cottonwood Drive crossover at the time of the crash. This is currently an ongoing investigation. Monday night's incident adds to over a dozen reported pedestrian crashes in central Louisiana this year. Colin Vieters has been tracking pedestrian crashes in Cenla and joins me now with more. Colin, what have you found out?
Well, Jay, Monday's pedestrian-involved crash is one of several incidents that have happened recently. In fact, our reporting indicates approximately 14 pedestrian-involved crashes occurred in central Louisiana so far this year. According to the National Highway Safety Administration, any individual on foot, walking, running, jogging, hiking, sitting, or lying down is considered a pedestrian in a motor vehicle traffic incident. The LSU Center for Analytics and Research in Transportation Safety, or CART, tracks and publishes transportation data in Louisiana, which includes vehicle crash data. Now, LSU CART recorded 41 total deadly collisions this year, 9 of which were pedestrian-involved crashes, resulting in the pedestrian's death. Those numbers stem from Avoyelles, Grants, Rapides, and Vernon parishes. Now, taking a look at more numbers from the 14 pedestrian-involved incidents across 4 Cenla parishes, 10 of those incidents occurred in the city of Alexandria, 1 incident happening in Pineville, 2 incidents occurred in Avoyelles Parish, and 1 incident happened in Vernon Parish. In Leesville, a man was arrested and charged with reckless operation and negligent injuring on June 26 for crashing into a pedestrian riding a scooter on May 22nd. Now, we reached out to Alexandria Police for more info on pedestrian-involved incidents within the city. At this hour, we are still waiting for a response. Now, the National Highway Safety Commission has some safety tips for drivers in order to avoid a pedestrian-involved incident. Some of those tips include looking out for pedestrians at all times, yielding to pedestrians in crosswalks, and never passing vehicles stopped at a crosswalk. For more on these tips, head over to our website.